Gitchimanadu. Taga odapanan niwiasema. Great Spirit, please accept my tobacco. Gitchimanadu. Taga witukawishin ando minawe nungum. Great Spirit, please help me to speak well today. Miigwech ga iji gakinagegu ga iji chikean nungum. Thank you for everything that you do today. Miigwech ga iji webak. Thank you for the weather. Miigwech ga iji mamadaziyan. Thank you for this life. Miigwech. Oh, for all the good music and the awesome movies that come out of Hollywood. When will they miss? Every movie is better than the last. Thank you for that. Thank you for the great entertainment. Thank you for the awesome modern art. Thank you for creating so many awesome modern artists. The modern artists, they put Michelangelo to shame. I shouldn't be sarcastic when I'm praying. But miigwech bizandawiyag, thank you for listening. Apeyenge. Amen. I thought I'd start the show today out here in Dakota country. I'm not sure what little lake this is, but I'm somewhere out in the Badlands, I think. I guess it could be Nebraska, but I want to say this is South Dakota. And when I'm out here, it makes me think of the movie Dances with Wolves. You guys ever see Dances with Wolves? Dances with Wolves. In Ojibwe, we call this Mijishamotao Mainganaga. Wijishamotao, dances with. Wijishamotao. Maingan is a wolf. And then in Ojibwe, we want to pluralize, we have ug. Mainganaga. Wolves. Dances with Wolves. And Dances with Wolves is kind of the story of a Chamokaman, a great knife, a non-Indian guy, who comes out here and he gets lost in the prairie. Eventually he discovers his Indian side. He goes and he starts to live with the Dakota. And he shaves his mustache. And he goes on a buffalo hunt. And he starts hanging out with a medicine man named Kicking Bird. And a bunch of stuff happens. And Dances with Wolves is kind of like his Indian name. His English name was John Dunbar. John Dunbar. John Dunbar. Why you want make war with the Pawnee? They have done nothing to you. John Dunbar's all like, hey, I'm a Shanab now. I'm one of yous. You know. Let me go get some guns. We're gonna even the playing field here. Pawnee won't know what hit him when I bring my guns. But Dances with Wolves, we were talking about this the other day, is a story. They talk about discovering the path of the true human being. You know, John Dunbar was on one path. He was a soldier, and he did what he was told. But when he came out here and he was alone on the prairie for so long, he had a transformation. He had an awakening. If you have never seen it, which I don't understand how you could not have seen this is the story of Dances with Wolves. Ujishamotao, Moinganuk. Back in the days of the grandfathers, it's a white dude named John Dunbar who was fighting in the war. And he got an opportunity to come out and see the Wild West before it got developed. He said, I want to go out there before they turn everything into a strip mall. So he packed up his stuff and he went out, and he was still a soldier, but he had a fort way out in the middle of the prairie. And he set up his fort, got all his canned goods there. Started writing in his journal. And he was like, yeah, okay, I'm still an army guy. But the days and the weeks went by. And nobody ever came back for him. Pretty soon he was like, ah, the heck with this. After a while, a wolf comes up. And he starts feeding that wolf. And pretty soon he learns to dance with the wolf. And he's got no one to dance. There's no ladies around. He's all lonely. He's like, hey, would you care to dance? And the wolf was like, yeah, I'll dance with you. And so they're dancing together, you know. And over the bluffs, you know, there's a couple of young Indian guys. They're like, oh, wow, look at that. Have you ever seen anything so gay? And the other guy's like, hey, man, don't say that. They're just dancing. There's nothing gay about that. He goes, no, that's a boy wolf. And they all had a good laugh. So later that night, those boys came back and they're like, hey, man, let's go steal that gay Dances with Wolves guy's horse. And so the boys went down there to steal the horse. And they jump on the horse and they start riding off. And John Dunbar, he gets up and he goes running out after him. And he sleeps in the nude. So he's all naked there. And he's like, hey, you boys, bring back my horse. And just then the horse stops. And he pulls the boys off their horses and bucks off the one or something. And he comes running back to his friend, John Dunbar. Dances with Wolves himself. And they're like, oh, wow, that's a smart horse. Let's hope he doesn't dance with that horse. But anyway, so the boys go back to the camp, and John Dunbar is all like, you know what? I'm going to have to go talk to those boys' dad. This is no way to make a first impression. So he puts on his army clothes and he goes into the Dakota village, the Dakota camp. There's all these, Sioux Indians running around. And he's riding in there all, official looking. And he sees up on a tree there's a little girl. She's just all covered in blood. And she just like, plop. And he's like, oh, for crying out loud. I've been living out here by myself for 6 months. Not a woman in sight. First girl I see, what happens? Drama. And so he picks her up, puts her on his horse, and he rides into the camp. And they're like, hey, that's my cousin. What'd you do to my cousin? They pull that girl off the horse by her hair. They're like, why don't you get out of here, whitey? And nobody calls him racist. We don't like your kind, white man. Take your pale face and get out of here. This is our land. This is not your land. So he goes back all dejected. Well, pretty soon the Indian guys, they start to feel bad. And they're like, you know what? Let's go out and see that guy. I guess he didn't actually hurt our cousin. He was helping her. So they rode out to his camp the next day. And they brought a whole bunch of buffalo hides. And like, hey, dude, do you want some buffalo blankets and that? It's like, oh, wow, that's nice. Okay, come on, boys. I'll make some coffee. And the Dakota guys are like, what? What's coffee? We drink tea out here. He goes, no, sit down. I'm going to make you a cup of coffee. And he grinds some coffee and boils some water. And he gives a cup to old Kicking Bird, the medicine man. and gives a cup to that other guy, wind in his hair or something. And he goes, no, hold on now. And then he gets the sugar out. He gives him some sugar. Because there you go. That's called caffeine and sugar. Enjoy. And the Indian guys, they drank it like, oh, this is good. This is really good. From now on, I'm going to start my mornings. I'm not even going to drink tea anymore. I'm going to drink just coffee. This will become our new sacred drink. We will call this black medicine water. Muckade mushkiki wabu. Although they said it in Dakota, so it's probably a different language. And they said, hey man, you should come with us and go hunting sometime. We'll go hunt some buffalo. And John Dunbar was like, what, the prairie cows? You hunt them? I thought they were just grazing and you could just walk up and knock them over the head. They're like, no, we scare them and then we ride on our horses and hunt them. Spear them, man, it's really dangerous. So they go out to go on a buffalo hunt. But John Dunbar goes, you know what? You guys have been so generous with these blankets. Here, why don't you have some firearms? I'm going to go dig up all these rifles and stuff I got from the army. Then we'll have a buffalo hunt. And they went on a big buffalo hunt. At some point in there, he starts hanging out with all the locals. You know, they have a big powwow at night. They all dance around the fire and that. Pretty soon he snags the Wisakode Winini, the little mixed-blooded girl. Stands with a fist. And they fall in love. He's trading out his, soldier hat for a knife and some cool Indian jewelry and all. Pretty soon he finds himself in a lodge with old Ten Bears, the old aged chief. And they're like, and Ten Bears are like, hey man, come in here, let's have a smoke. I'm gonna hotbox this lodge with my tobacco. We will smoke the pipe, Opwagan. We will smoke the Opwagan with our Sema, so there will be no lies between us. I was like, yeah, all right, that sounds cool. So he sits down with the old Indian guy, and he's like, hey, Dances with Wolves, you've been hanging out with us Shanabs for a while, and that's really good. You've been walking the path of the true human being. And John Dunbar goes, what'd you call me? Dances with Wolves? Goes, yeah, that's what they called you. That's your Indian name. Because they saw you dancing with that wolf. But it's not good for a man to only dance with wolves. He should take a wife. And I think it's time that you and Stands with a Fist start a family. So I want you to, you have my blessing or whatever. Go snag up that old Stands with a Fist. And he goes, you're very wise, Ten Bears. But I have to tell you, the white man's coming. And they're going to turn this whole area into like casinos and whatnot. I think it's time we madja. It's time we leave. And I said, yeah, okay. And that's the story of Wichishamutao, Mainganaga. Mainganaga. It's hard to say. Mainganaga. It dances with wolves. To learn more about Kevin Costner, I think he's in a TV show now or something. I wonder if Natasha knows anything about that. I should go back, see what she's up to. BOOZHOO! Hey, sweetie ball. Sweetie pie. Hey, baby doll. What's going on? I'm ready to come home. Would you like me to teleport you? Yeah, could you teleport me back to the studio? You got it. Let's see. Scanning for your coordinates. All right. And that's 1 to teleport. Make it so, number 1. Hey there, sweetie pie. Hi, Weenie Mooshane. How is it out there? I was out in Dakota country. Oh, did you go out to the Dances with Wolves set? Yep. How is it out there? You know, it was beautiful in its own way. And I told a story of dances with wolves. Oh, I love that story. Yeah. You ready to start the show? Yeah, sure, I can start the show. BOOZHOO Crew's here. Hey, awesome. Hey, BOOZHOO Crew, welcome back to the show. Welcome back to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO, a podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. I'm NANABOOZHOO, Weenie Mushane, Owe. This is my sweetheart, Weenie Mushane. Natasha, Ikadon BOOZHOO, Weenie Mushane. Mino Gigajev, Gakina Awiya. Hey, that's our phrase of the day. That's right, that's why I did it. And Michael Lyons, rock star cartoonist. Ikadon BOOZHOO, Niji. Hey everyone, welcome to the show. And Natasha, you just said it. Mino Gigajeb, good morning. Gakina Awiya. Everybody. Gakina is like all, or every kind of. Awiya is your body. And I know not everybody has got a body like you. 'Cause I gotta have faith, the faith, the faith. Nah. I know not everybody. If I could touch your body, I know not everybody has got a body like you. But I gotta think twice. Mino Giga Jabe. Diane. Diane's first in class again. Yeah, she sure is. Diane must be an early riser. She's a morning person. She's a morning glory. Should I give her a gold star? Gold star for Diane. And Wally Bear is here with a Mino Giga Jabe. Mino Giga Jabe, Niji. You've just earned yourself a silver star. Silver star for the Wally Bear. Silver star for the bear called Wally. Yep. Dances with beavers. That's what the people at the Bemidji State University, their mascot's the beavers. A Mikwug, I think. How do you pluralize a Mick? A mix. I don't think so. He's in a mixed blood. And Surrealist is here. Mino Giga Jabe, Surrealist. BOOZHOO Diane and Wally Bear, she says. Grassroots Indians is here with a hoka hey. Grassroots, BOOZHOO! Let's get a bronze star for Surrealist. Bronze star for Surrealist. And an absolutely nothing for Grassroots. And absolutely nothing, Big Zero, sad face. Sad face? Yeah, he didn't win, so he's a loser. Don't call Grassroots Indians a loser. Well, if you're not a winner, it's not. Just kidding, BOOZHOO, DG. And Wally Bear. Who else is Jim Dunn, Mino Giga Jabe. Jim's here, sweetie. Hey, BOOZHOO, Jim. What's going on, Maniji? And Sequoia Hummingbird. Oh, good morning, Gakina. Fell asleep and with cat like Michael. Yeah, we're always doing that here. Get up just early and then go take a nap at 5:30. Got my cat in my arms and just fall back asleep. Wake up at 8, 9 o'clock. Oh, I tell you, it's a tough life. Yeah. Okay. I took my youngest brother to a nearby lake and crumbled some graham crackers into the water. And we were stands with the fish. That's right. Stands with the fish. Aren't you a fish clan? Gigun? Dodam? I'm a Awisasi. I'm a bullhead. A bullhead clan. Michael stands with the fish. Fish. They say a lot of people from Fish Clan are, they become teachers. Is that right? Why is that? Because they always found in schools. Shut up. So today is Gazibigi Saginagay Gijagud. It's floor washing day. Think we'll wash some floors? I kind of doubt it. I kind of doubt it too. Do you think we'll go for a walk? That's what we really have to do. We'll do the walk. Gazibigi Saginagay Gijagud. Floor washing day. And today I'd like to wash the floor with... Who deserves a good floor washing, sweetie? What do you mean? I don't know, someone I can make fun of. I don't know. Can't think of anybody. Gives a biggie, Sagina Gay. Gay's your good floor washing day. Or Saturday. Saturday? S-A-T-U-R-D-A-Y, night. S-A-T-U-R-D-A-Y, night. Although it's funny, that song should have been Saturday morning. Why? Well, because the Bay City Rollers, that was a Saturday morning show. I know, we had such cool Saturday morning cartoons and stuff. Yeah, what happened to the world? Back in the days of the grandfathers, when I was a kid, for a while there, for a few years anyway, Saturday morning cartoons had an hour-long show called the Bay City Rollers. And it was about a band, real guys from Scotland, I think, who would get into hijinks or something. I can't remember any of the shows. But I remember they always played a song, and I think there was skits and stuff. The Bay City Rollers. Saturday morning, and that was years after. I was actually raised on cool TV band shows. Like what? Well, there was the Partridge Family. David Cassidy. Yeah. Much Partridge Family. But also Saturday morning cartoons, we had the Monkees. Oh, yeah, the Monkees. The Monkees. Now, we all know the Beatles are also a fake band. Other people wrote their music. There's a whole rabbit hole you can go down. They didn't just happen to all be great musicians, whatever. But the story goes that the Monkees, they made a children's show that played Saturday mornings, like at this time, while your parents were still asleep, because your baby boomer parents got drunk the night before, so Saturday mornings are always hangover time for your parents. As kids, we'd get up early on a Saturday morning, and the TV shows were all geared just for kids. They didn't care about adult viewers. So like, here's some cartoons, here's the Pink Panther, here's Bugs Bunny, and let's watch this TV show about the Monkees. A rock band, all the English accents are essentially the Beatles. And they would have like a TV show where they did stuff. Oh, how about Scooby-Doo? Yeah, Scooby-Doo is a band too. No, were they a band? Good point. They weren't a band, were they? No, but they toured in advance for some reason. Does that mean they're in a band? I can't remember any songs that Scooby-Doo sang. Yeah, I think they were in a band. That's why they were always driving around in a van. Josie and the Pussycats was a band. I think the Archies had a band too. Yeah. Anyway, we had cool shows when I was a kid, Saturday morning TV. BOOZHOO crew is all just a bunch of little kids. They won't understand what I'm talking about. I think Diane's all of, 10? Yeah, I think so. Because we're a kid show. Hello. Welcome to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO. We're a Sesame Street spinoff. Today, I would like to discuss how the Illuminati and the Freemasons have conspired against the world to convince us that the earth is round and spins. A Copernican heliocentric model of the universe, and they're all lies. You actually live on a flat plane with a dome over your head. What show am I on? I don't know. Now you're talking conspiracy theories. Yeah. Elvis is still alive, don't you? Yeah. Look it up. The media, they lie to you. You go to college, you're going to get brainwashed. You're going to come back thinking there's all kinds of crazy ideas. And Santa Claus is fake. Thank you for joining us on Sesame Street 2.0. Is that what you think we are? Yeah. We're Sesame Street, the next generation. You want to take a call? Yeah, sure, I'll take a call. Hello, caller. Welcome to the BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO podcast. You're on the air.
Yeah, me love cookie. Ah!
Hey, Cookie Monster, how you doing? Welcome back to the show. Take it easy. What's the matter?
Me no like what you say about Sesame Street. Ah!
What did I say about Sesame Street?
Didn't you talk bad about Sesame Street?
Did I say something bad about Sesame Street? No, you said you were a spinoff. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm just saying I'm a spinoff. I mean, I do think Sesame Street's ridiculous.
Ah, no, we teach kids. Teach kids.
Yeah, what have you really taught them? That it's okay to be gluttonous with cookies?
Me teach word for cookie.
Everybody already knows the word for cookie, Cookie Monster. What have you really taught the kids?
Me taught teach tolerance of mental illness.
Oh, yeah, I guess you did. I'm sorry. Yeah, you do teach tolerance for, the meth addicted.
Meth! Me want meth!
No, you don't. Stick with the cookies. Listen, dude, I gotta go.
What Ojibwe word of day?
What's the Ojibwe word of the day? Well, today is Gazibigi Saginage Geisha Good. It's floor washing day.
Gazibigi Sakinage Kisha good. Floor washing day. Ah!
Yeah, okay. Take it easy. Listen, I gotta let you go. You're destroying my voice.
No! Ah! Giga Baba Min! Mina Wa!
Yep. Gigawab Min, Minawa, Cookie. Wow, I didn't know he knew Ojibwe. Yeah, he knows a little bit. He watches the show. Oh. You don't think Sesame Street is educational? Not anymore. For years, I gave Sesame Street credit. More credit than they deserved. What do you mean? Well, I used to always say, yeah, our show is kind of based on Sesame Street because I learned how to count to 10 in Spanish because of Sesame Street. Yeah, well, that's cool. But did I really learn it on Sesame Street? Now that I think about it, I mean, I watched hours of Sesame Street programming growing up. When I was a kid, we only had 2 channels. Yeah, that's right. You either had to watch public television. You had one real channel, like NBC. Then you had the public radio or public television show. So I watched it, And I had a little baby brother, too. So I watched it in my teenage years. Because I had little... And of all the education I gleaned from Sesame Street, I learned that agua is water. Yeah. I learned the song 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, didn't you learn about multiculturalism? Yeah, kind of, I guess. Yeah, they weren't so overt about it, but, I grew up in the woods of northern Minnesota. We didn't have a whole lot of diversity. That was the first time I ever saw a black person or a Hispanic person at Sesame Street. Gordon and what's her cute face? Marie. Marie. Yeah. But I don't really remember how I learned to count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Dias. I'm probably saying it wrong anyway. Yeah. La da da from my cold dead hands. I loved H&R Puffin Stuff back in the day. Yeah, H&R Puffin Stuff. That's a very inspirational show too. Do you remember Sigmund and the Sea Monsters? Oh yeah. Those guys would take like puppetry to the... They'd actually have a guy climb into a whole puppet outfit and like work the mouth with his arms and stuff. But being a little kid, you know, it was kind of the bridging your play world with your stuffed animals and cartoon time. Yeah. There'd be Puffin stuff. Sigmund and the Sea Monster. There's also a show called Hatland. Hatland, I think, was one of the first shows I remember watching as a kid. A Saturday morning. It came on like first. Yeah, Hatland came on at like 5:30 in the morning. You know, it was real low budget kind of puppet green screen show. You know, we could only wish to be as cool as Hatland. The whole premise is this kid finds a magician's hat, and it grows big, and he falls into the hat, and he goes to this other dimension, this hell realm, where all these puppets have hats instead of bodies and faces. And there's like a vampire guy who he was the top hat. A bunch of these crazy hat people. And there's another guy. It was all like Puffin stuff, kind of. I mean, that stuff was so cannabis-infused creativity. Yeah, it was the 70s. Yeah, it was the early 70s. Everybody working in children's television workshop. It was more like Haight-Ashbury hippie, you know, cloud of smoke. From my cold dead hand says, I'm Pisces to March 11th. We got a Pisces in the house. Hey, BOOZHOO, from my cold dead hands. I think that's that quote from the guy from Planet of the Apes. Charlton Heston? Charlton Heston. From my cold dead hands. I wonder if they finally did pry a gun out of his hands when he died. Yeah, he's dead, right? I'm pretty sure he's dead. That would have been kind of funny. If Charlton Heston had a sense of humor at all, he would have made sure that he died holding a gun, and then made somebody, you know, told his doctors, hey, look, don't do anything with me until my hands enter rigor mortis. I want somebody to have to literally pry a gun from my cold, dead hands. And then I'll be like, on his gravestone it says, see, I told you. You're taking my gun. There's only one way. Sunny day. Should I get a gun, sweetie? No. Why not? I gotta defend our house. You'd probably shoot yourself. I know. I'd be afraid of accidentally hurting myself if I tried to defend myself. Yeah. You know, it would be like the robber and me against myself. I'd be pointing that gun backwards and, hey, put down that. I mean, what would they steal in here? Put down my guitar, or I'll put a bullet in your head. That's the great thing about like having a really old beat up pickup and a house that looks like it's, you know, falling apart. Yeah. Like I almost don't want to paint the house because I want it to look like we're poor. So nobody breaks in and thinks they can steal something. You know. I mean, this bass amp, by the way, criminals, the Heart K, you know that famous brand of bass amp, Heart K? It doesn't work anymore. The jack doesn't, you know, it's all screwy. It's not worth stealing. Don't break in thinking you're going to steal my bass amp. It doesn't work. It's just there for looks. That guitar? Yeah. I think I spent $400 on it, maybe $500. You know, it's a nice guitar for traveling and that. It works just fine. But, you know, if you really want it, I'll give it to you, okay? You jerk. Don't break into my house, steal my guitars. I'll give it to you if you're going to be like that. You want to learn how to play guitar so bad, just ask. I'll give you a lesson. Who are you talking to? The hypothetical criminal who's thinking about breaking into my house to steal my guitar. Do you think there's somebody out there like that? Probably not, but it's the only thing of value I have is my $500 guitar. And I have like 3 of them. Well, you shouldn't announce it. Someone's going to break in now. Yeah. I got a laptop they could steal. That thing was like $500. I mean, it's really slow and has a lot of malware or whatever. We got some, computer equipment here. Got this laptop. Yeah. These lights are just from Walmart. I don't think they're going to do anything with the lights. You know, I'm thinking about it. Why? Because our front door's lock is broke. Yeah, I noticed that. Front door lock is broke. I mean, it can still lock. It's just really hard to unlock. So I've just been pretending I lived back in the 70s again, not locking my doors. When I leave. When I'm inside, I lock it. Gotta lock myself in. Yeah. But if I leave, the door is wide open. Somebody can just walk right in, steal my guitar, make themselves a sandwich, have a cup of coffee. There's nothing I could do. I could lock the door and just use the side door. I guess I could lock the door and start using the side door. I wish our Amazon package would show up. Why? Well, I'm waiting for that extension cord. My neighbor gave me a weed eater. But it's weird in northern Minnesota neighborhood politics. He's a real nice guy, my neighbor. And he got a battery-operated weed eater. And he was like, hey, here, you can have this. Here's a weed eater. Because he noticed that we have weeds all around our house because I actually have a weed eater, but it doesn't work. And I was like, well, thank you. Do you want any money for this? He goes, no, you can have it. But now I feel pressure like, is he telling me to weed eat my lawn? Was it kind of a passive-aggressive, yeah, it might be time for you to weed eat? Yeah. Because he was also like, if you need to borrow anything, just kind of noticed, it's your neighbors who have to look at your house. I know from inside that you don't seem to mind. But, so now I really kind of want to weed eat around the house. I'm feeling pressure from my neighbor. It's like, yeah, okay. I think he has an opinion on if I paint my house. Yeah. I'm going to ask him what color he wants it because I won't be able to see it. I'm like, hey, you're the one who has to look at it every day. What color you want my house to be? If I were rich, I'd hire Chad to paint the house. Yeah. Except we don't even own the house. I know, but they're not going to get mad at us for painting the house that's, looks like this one does. Yeah. It's like fixing the blinds. I don't expect the landlord to do that stuff. Anyway, what am I talking about, sweetie? I don't know what you're talking about. Should I talk about the song, No Time? No Time? What's No Time about? Here's a song we recorded called No Time. And the lyrics are, I got no time. I don't know why, but I don't feel right. I've got no tribe, and you don't know why. You don't... I think this is a lot of rhyming. But up next, you want to get up here, sweetie? Yeah, sure. Up next, the lovely and talented Natasha. And this is No Time. Miigwech Bizendawieg. Thank you for listening.
I got no time and I don't know why. I got no time and you don't know why. I don't know why, but I don't feel right. I don't feel right. I don't feel the same way today. Today, I don't feel the same way today. Do you really like no time and you don't know why. I don't feel right, I don't feel right, I don't feel right, I don't feel the same way today, I don't feel the same way.
Hey, BOOZHOO! And welcome back to the show. I love that song. Yeah, it's a cool song, huh? And I got no time and I don't know why. I got no tribe. You don't know why. Anyway, how you guys doing? BOOZHOO! Natasha Nindijan Kaz. Mino Giga Jabe. Kakina Awia. Mino Giga Jabe. Kakina Awia. 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 What is that ring? Awia. Something's bouncing off. Mino Giga, good morning. And on this good morning, I'd like to discuss something very important. Oh, really? Yeah. I don't know. Somewhere over the rainbow, Nancy White. Nancy's here, sweetie. BOOZHOO, Nancy. BOOZHOO, Nancy. Mino Giga Jabe. And la la. Nancy says, great video. Oh, Miigwech. Thank you so much. Great song. And I got no time and I don't know why. La-di-da-di-dum. I was watching I don't know why they didn't release this years ago. They finally released the B-roll, just unedited video of Kiss preparing for the Unplugged MTV thing. Oh yeah, that was cool. Yeah. I mean, there was just a lot of wasted time and stuff, but you actually got to see what it looks like when Kiss rehearses. And not just goes through the motions, does sound check, but actually has to learn the song, how they stop and listen to the album a little bit. Got a piano player in there, and you see Paul Stanley going, hey, your left hand, what those notes, it makes it too low. Can you make it sound kind of, getting coaching? It was cool. But after all these years, you're like, why? Who's been sitting on this? Yeah. and Ojibwe kiss. And this has been your Ojibwe word of the day. So what else is going on? Do you want to take a call? A phone call? Sure, I'll take a call. Line 2? Line 2. Hello, caller. Welcome to the BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO podcast. You're on the air.
You have made an ass out of me for the last time.
I beg your pardon?
When I get my hands around your neck, I am gonna wring it, you selfish little pig.
I beg your pardon?
Who is this?
This is Natasha from BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Natasha. I guess I called the wrong number again. I was trying to talk to my daughter. Is my daughter there? Can you put her on the line?
No, your daughter's not here.
Oh, when I get my hands on her, I am going to straighten her little ass out.
Yeah, you've said this before. This is no way to talk about your daughter. That's horrible. You know, you got a real anger problem, Alec. If you don't mind me saying.
You keep talking like that, I'll put a bullet in you.
Oh, sorry. That's right. I keep forgetting you killed somebody.
I didn't kill anybody. It was the gun. She was my friend. And, I always said guns are dangerous. Now will you believe me?
Yeah, I believe you, Alec. So, you just misdialed? You weren't trying to call our show?
Well, no, but since I'm here, might as well learn some Ojibwe language, huh?
Yeah, would you like to learn some Ojibwe language?
Yeah, what's the Ojibwe phrase of the day?
Well, today our Ojibwe phrase is Mino Gigajabe. Good morning.
Minnow Gigajabe, good morning. Yeah, I like that.
And then Gakina Awiya would be everybody. Or you can also just say Gakina. But Gakina Awiya.
Gakina Awiya. Well, listen, you better tell Gakina Awiya to move aside, because I got my gun back.
You got your gun back?
Yeah, they finally gave me back my gun. And I've been, playing around with it, pretending I'm a cowboy.
Well, try to be more careful this time, okay?
Hey, that's my Second Amendment right.
I thought you were against the Second Amendment.
Well, I am for everyone else, but not Hollywood stars. We're the only people who should have guns. The rest of America can't be trusted.
Okay. Listen, I better get going.
All right. Hey, how do you say goodbye in Ojibwe?
We don't say goodbye. We say, I will see you again. Gigawabamit, Minowa.
Gigawabamin, Minowa, Natasha.
Yeah, you too, Alec.
Yikes. Yeah, he's got some issues.
I know, he really does. What was our other phrase of the day?
Oh, it was dances with wolves.
All right. Wajishimotao. Wajishimotao. Dances with. Nimita. Let's dance. Nimi win is a dance. Wajishimotao. I'm not sure where Nimi is in there, but. Wajishimotao Mainganug. Mainganug. Dances with wolves. And the wolf, what does a wolf represent, sweetie?
Wolf represents humility. Yeah, humility.
Humility. Dabadane does he win? Dabadane does he win? Which brings us to today's, oh no it doesn't, here we go. So today's Mino Gigashabe brings me to today's Ojiberish cartoon. An illustrated introduction to Ojibwe mowing. Mowing. That's our word for language. Yeah, the other day I saw an Ojibwe mowing. His grass got really long, so he pulled out the lawnmower. It was another Anishinaabe guy. What?
That's an old joke.
I know, but still. Mino Gigajave, Ajidamu. Here the sun is saying, good morning, Ajidamu. And Ajidamu, squirrel,
is me no kick a shape, Jesus. Good morning, son. Morning, son. Hey, son. That's what rednecks call every guy who's younger than them. Yeah, it's all like, hey, son. Hey, son. Let me tell you something, son. Listen, son. They never say daughter. Listen, daughter. They call you darling. Yeah, little darling. Hey there, little darling. I'm going to start talking like a redneck. Hey there, little darling. Listen here, son. Savage is as savage does. Mom always said, savage is as savage does. Sweetie, are you more savage than average? Oh, a little bit. Savage. That's our N-word. I thought the I word was our N-word. Indian? I'm a Native American. You're a racist. No, I'm not. Just because I use the word Indian? Do you guys think it's racist to say Indian? Native American. Oh. I'm an indigenous. I'm a Anishinaabe. I'm a human woman. Everybody wants to have like, oh, what's the politically correct word? What are we being called this season? I want to go back to using Chippewa. I know, I like the word Chippewa. Chippewa. The Minnesota Chippewa tribe. Well, no, that wasn't cool enough. No, we gotta be Anishinaabe. Call us the Ojibwe. Why? Because it's our language. I think you guys were Chippewas. Nope. Oh, okay. But all these treaties and stuff, these are with the Chippewa Indians. Are you guys still the same tribes? Yeah. But from now on, I want you to call us Indigenous First Nations of the Americas. The problem is no Indian person ever had that discussion. I know, that's just the thing. It wasn't like we all got together and said, hey, I know we've been calling ourselves Indians forever, but now let's call ourselves, Savage Americans. I want to be known as a Savage American. Good luck with that. La 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 la. Hoka hey hey. So what else is going on in the world, sweetie? The world's coming to an end, I hear. Well, that's what I hear. Fauci got the COVID. Both of Joe Biden's children are drug addicts and perverts. Yeah. And write books about it. I know, it's insane. Joe Biden's kids aren't doing well. Joe's doing great, though. Yeah, he's doing great. Country's never been stronger. Country's never been stronger. Did we win the war in Ukraine yet? Yep, that became a state. Ukraine's a state now. Good. And, I think that's everything. Yep, that's everything. Any celebrities die? Let me see. Anybody die? Nope. All the celebrities are okay. Well, that's a relief. Yeah. So what should I talk about, sweetie? Could take another call. I could, but I don't know. You already talked about Dances with Wolves. Yep. I already said a prayer. Do you want me to say something about your books, Michael? Yeah, could you talk about one of my books? Sure, I'll talk about one of your books. How about we talk about... Let's talk about Little Cutie again. Back in the days of the grandfathers, there was a rock star cartoonist. No, there was a man called Michael Lyons who wrote and illustrated a children's book called Little Cutie, A Teddy Bear's Vision Quest. And it's all about Little cutie, in addition to a lot of other things, he's just got a lot of questions. He's very, very perplexed. He overhears the human beings talking, and he thinks his friend Aubrey, this little girl he's been living with his whole life, he thinks she's getting too old for stuffed animals. And so he decides to leave and go out in the woods looking for where he's going to have to live. He keeps getting advice from different animals, and they all have Ojibwe names. There's a Jidamu, the squirrel, Jagag, the skunk, Baka-Akwe, the chicken, Wagosh, fox, Migazi and Mamengwa, eagle and butterfly. And eventually he meets the Great Spirit himself, Kichimanadu. And they have a conversation about identity. How do you identify? I identify as a little cutie. And there's a moment in that story that is really touching, I think, where little cutie is talking to the Great Spirit, and he goes, and he's complaining about all these things. He goes, and what's with my name? Little cutie. I mean, come on. What a stupid name. And the Great Spirit's like, you know what, your name, I gave you that name because that's how I saw you, little and cute. But don't mistake what you think is a shortcoming for what is great power. And he goes on to kind of talk about how, haven't you noticed how like every other animal in the woods, they don't like each other? The squirrel hates the humans. All the animals are afraid of the humans. But the chickens hate the fox. Everybody disrespects the skunk. People don't really respect the eagle. Mamengwa's under-respected, But the one individual in the woods who could get along with everybody and was also not afraid of the humans, they invited him right in their house, was little cutie because he was little and cute. Nobody was ever afraid of him. He didn't have any teeth. He was just a stuffed animal with a felt black nose. He couldn't smell the skunk. He was, in some ways, worthless. And in other ways, fearless and more brave and then wiser than everybody because he could learn from everyone. Anyway, it's a sweet story. Little Cutie, a teddy bear's vision quest. And I guess if I thought about it, I would have played Fix You with the Little Cutie cartoon. Yeah, that would have been a good move. But on sale now at Amazon.com. Little Cutie, Teddy Bear's Vision Quest by Michael Lyons. Michael Lyons, Did you get rid of your Rockstar Cartoonist book? Yeah, I think so. And the Rockstar Cartoonist. If you'd like to support the show, we also have a Patreon page, a PayPal, and a GoFundMe. Links are in the description. Otherwise, I think that's all I know about that. Do you want to add anything? No, that's a good job. Okay. I think I'll land the plane. All right. Do you want to add anything, Rockstar? Nope, that's good. Okay. Hey, everybody. Just want to say, miigwech bizandawieg. Thank you for listening. Dash miigwech ganawabieg. And thank you for watching BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. I am Natasha. This over here is NANABOOZHOO. Okay, miigwech. This over here is Michael Lyons, the rockstar cartoonist. Thanks so much for watching. See you tomorrow. And I will see you again. Giga-wogabin. Sweetie, will you teleport me, please? When to teleport. Make it so. number one.